Hi, I'm Dee Dee Myers.
And I'm Todd Purdom, and we're here discussing the state of the presidential race. Dee Dee, when Hillary Clinton declared her candidacy, she said she was in it to win it. What is she in it for now? It seems like she's in it to spin it.
Isn't that the $64,000 question? What does Hillary Clinton want? It seems pretty clear to me from watching her and talking to people that she doesn't really know exactly what she wants. She wants to win the nomination, although that seems virtually impossible at this point. She wants to finish the primary season, which is a week away. She wants some clout going into the convention. We know not what for. I think the next week will be quite revelatory.
It seems that she thinks as long as she's there, it's not over somehow. No matter what the actual realities of the numbers are with the delegates and the rules and the ground underneath her.
Well, I think, 6 months ago, I would have said she would have no interest in being number two and running with Barack Obama as his vice president. I think she may want that, although her comments last week about Bobby Kennedy being assassinated in June put a lot of cold water and may have permanently ended that opportunity for her. But I think she feels like she has half the popular vote. She has virtually half the delegates. She feels like she ought to be able to get something for that huge showing in the primary. There has never been a Democratic presidential primary that has been this close after all 50 states have voted a week from today.
President Clinton tried to say the other day that the media had covered up the fact that Hillary is leading leading McCain in some polls in the fall. And then Mrs. Clinton said the other day that she's leading in every poll.
Right.
That just isn't true. She's leading McCain in some polls. Obama's leading him in other polls.
Right.
Obama is virtually, doing as well as she would against McCain
right.
overall.
And he's substantially ahead in all the polls that ask Democrats, who do you want the nominee to be? So, that doesn't really count for much, except it shows that sentiment
among Democrats is
gelled
moving
around
his way.
Obama as the party's eventual nominee.
I just can't see that either side really wants it to go on too much longer than that.
Hillary must be hearing from her supporters, from superdelegates, from party officials that, fine, you wanted to finish the race. We understand that quitting after 25 miles of a 26-mile marathon seems, kind of a hard thing to do. But by next Wednesday, I think there's going to be a lot of expectation, a lot of pressure on her to make some kind of declarative statement. I'm suspending my campaign. I accept Obama's nominee, whatever it is. And if she doesn't do that, I think popular opinion will turn quite strongly against her.
What about John McCain? He put out his medical records. He's a pretty chipper guy. Survived his bouts of melanoma. Seems to be in remarkably good shape for a guy who's 71 years old. But he's been hot and bothered this week by Barack Obama.
Right.
Seems really not to like this young whippersnapper, and
right.
he reacts. Is that going to hurt him in the long run?
Well, it does seem like Obama gets under his skin, doesn't it? I mean,
they had that history in the Senate of fighting over an ethics bill.
They got into it, and I think poisoned the relationship in a way that continues. Clearly, both Barack Obama and John McCain have moved on. They're running against each other, and they're getting quite aggressive. I mean, this idea that this was going to be a very high-minded campaign by two very high-minded politicians it's not even June.
We don't live in a high-minded country.
Exactly. That already seems to be a fantasy. So, I mean, what do you think? I mean, what is it about Barack Obama? You've written for Vanity Fair extensively about John.
I think it's partly generational. I think McCain feels that he paid his dues, and he's been around for a long time, and he's taken his licks in all kinds of arenas, in the military, in Congress, in the Senate. And I think he thinks, where did this guy come from, whippersnapper here running for president?
Sit down and talk to Hillary Clinton about that.
Well, I'm sure they'd have common.
Well, there in fact was one conversation on the Senate floor where they were alleged to be overheard discussing exactly that.
And I mean, I think that there's there are a lot of ways in which McCain would have preferred to run against Hillary Clinton. That's why this year has been so interesting, and it's why we'll be back here soon talking more about this on through the summer, on to the conventions,
and then on to the general election with Capital Conversation.